Minasan konnichiwa und willkommen. Or as Mia from A Cinderella Witch says, hello friends, me and Ricky. Today we're at, where? Magic Kingdom. That's right, Magic Kingdom. Today I'm talking about my Christmas in July traditions, even though I'm filming this in June. Let's begin the video. My first thing about my Christmas in July tradition is cooking a lot of international food from around the world, because I give back to the community. As in, I make a lot of foreign cuisine non-stop while having Tchaikovsky's ballets playing in the background, being The Nutcracker, Sleeping Beauty, and Swan Lake. I cook a lot of food like pizzas from Italy, French baguettes from France, egg drop soup from China, kimchi from South Korea, schnitzel from Germany, chicken teriyaki and sushi from Japan, tortillas and enchiladas from Mexico, then tamales from Mexico, Danish butter cookies from Denmark, chicken masala from India, lutefisk from Sweden, and brigadeiros from Brazil. And I mean, I cook really non-stop. And I give away all that food to various charities. Next up in my long list of Christmas traditions in July is watching a lot of Christmas specials and Christmas movies. Then Christmas episodes of TV shows, like Friends. Then Full House, like, what will that closet special be on, Mr. Tanner? I'll let you know, Kimmy. Trust me, that never gets old. Then The Lawrence Welk Show. One of my absolute favorite Christmas shows he's done is his Christmas show from 1973. And of course, some of WWE's pay-per-views from 1993, like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Most notably WrestleMania 93. What? I love me some professional wrestling. You know, like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage? Oh yeah, it's the Macho Man Randy Savage. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Then Survivor Series 1997. Along with WCW Uncensored 1998. I'm pretty much busy around that schedule. Then a lot of Hallmark and Netflix Christmas movies. Like, for example, I've recently seen Christmas Inheritance in Japanese and Brazilian Portuguese, with their respective subtitles, being German and Swedish. Then I've also seen the animated feature Klaus in German, Japanese, Swedish, and Brazilian Portuguese. I have yet to see it in both Castilian and Latin American Spanish, with their respective subtitles, being Spanish, Latino, and Japanese subtitles. Next up on my long list of Christmas and July traditions is watching various versions of the Nutcracker Ballet. Le Case Noisette, El Cascanuenses, El Cascanuenses, Dia Nussknacker, Kuru Miwari Niño, Not Naperen, O Quebra Noces, in French, Castilian Spanish, Latin American Spanish, German, Japanese, Swedish, and Brazilian Portuguese in that order. Trust me, I'm a massive fan of Nutcrackers. El Cascanuenses. I just love the beautiful sets and the iconic music by the great Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. You know, dun da 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 dun 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 da 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 dun 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 dun, or then I also find different animated adaptations of the same story. I mean, Care Bears has done it, Tom and Jerry has done it, Barbie has done it, Angelina Ballet has done it, Wonder Pets has done it. I'm surprised they haven't made a Nutcracker adaptation with the Ninja Turtles. My next moment of Christmas and July traditions is going to the Monroe County Fair with my mother. And I mean, it's always a treat to go to the county fair, most preferably at night. You know, like Templeton from Charlotte's Web, which is Wilba und Charlotte in Germany and Charlotte no Korimono in Japan, and Fantastiska Wilbur in Sweden. And I mean, there's so many fun things to do at the fairgrounds. You know, play games and eat a lot of food. And I mean eat a lot of food. You know, chicken strips, fries, pizza, funnel cake, cotton candy, lemonade, the list just goes on and on. 'Cause I love fair food. Next up in my long list of Christmas and July traditions is going to the movies with my one younger sibling and my two older siblings. 'Cause next month we're going to a special screening of the Don Bluth adaptation of Thumbelina, which will be celebrating its 30th anniversary next year. And I mean, Thumbelina is a very cute and sweet little story, especially with its stellar voice cast like the late great Gilbert Gottfried. Like, hi, I'm Gilbert Gottfried. Of course, I had to say that in front because a lot of people are going, oh, look, it's Gwyneth Paltrow. How did they get her to do it? Then Carol Channing as Miss Fieldmouse, or Yuji Mitsuya in the Japanese dub, which also features Koichi Amadera in that same dub, voicing Giacomo. Next up in my long list of Christmas and July traditions is going to the beach, the way tourists and locals in Brazil do. 'Cause there's so much fun to be had at the beach if you live in Brazil. Well, there are a good amount of Brazilians living in Sweden and vice versa, as in a good amount of Swedes that live in Brazil, that speak not only Swedish but also Brazilian Portuguese. Hence why some Swedish customs are found in some parts of Brazil, mostly in Rio de Janeiro. Not so much in Sao Paulo, though. I mean, Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo have some really great tourist destinations, like gift shops and that. Then street food all over the country, like a lot of good quality Brazilian steak. Delicioso. Another thing I love to do in my Christmas in July tradition is looking at Christmas lights at night, then watching a lot of Christmas parades, like the ones that involve many different Disney characters. Everything from Snow White to Cinderella to Beauty and the Beast. Shuriyuki Hime Shindorara to Bicho de Yatsu in Japan. Or Blancanieves, La Cenicienta y La Bella y la Bestia in Mexico. Trust me, Christmas parades are so magical than looking at Christmas lights in various different small towns and big cities. Like not only here in Toma, but also in major cities like New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Denver, among various others. Then Atlanta, Georgia. Then Seattle, Washington. But me personally, the ones in New York are the most beautiful I've ever seen, including that Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center in New York. I believe it's somewhere in Manhattan. I could be wrong. If anyone knows that if Rockefeller Center is actually in Manhattan, please let me know. Another tradition I love to do around Christmas in July is eat turkey TV dinners. As in the ones from Banquet. That's the good stuff right there. While watching reruns of The Price is Right, as in the Bob Barker era, which also featured Rod Roddy and his predecessor Johnny Olson. Like, this is Rod Roddy speaking for The Price is Right. Or, here it comes, television's most exciting hour of fantastic prices. The fabulous 60-minute Price is Right. Trust me, that's the definitive Price is Right there. Then watching reruns of Alex Trebek's version of Jeopardy. Like, alright players, the answer once again is, it was the first spacecraft to land on the surface of Mars. Adam, what was your response? Kebert Zella. These 4 reptiles use a bow staff, katana, sai, and nunchucks as weapons. What are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You are correct.